Okay, now that you've set up your counter argument, and that, remember, is just 2 sentences, you need to refute the argument. And we're going to go over the 3 principles mentioned in the lesson. The first is context. So what is the context of your prior body paragraphs? What is the context contained in the thesis statement? If you have not already, please look at your week 10 feedback for the writing practice and make sure that your thesis statement works. You should outline the body paragraphs of your essay in your thesis statement. If you have not done that, you need to go back and fix that and resubmit it. So make sure that you have outlined your body paragraphs. You either will have 2 or 3 body paragraphs. For this example, we're just going to say there's 3. And so notice in the thesis statement, you talk about spiritual, secular study, and then your life experience. Now, in your body paragraphs, the topic sentence 1 is spiritual, topic sentence 2 is about secular study, and finally topic sentence 3 is about your life experience. So this should help you, if you have not already done your thesis statement correctly, to go back and understand that you need to outline the body paragraphs in your thesis statement, and that will give you the context that you need to refute the counter argument. My suggestion is that you write out your topic sentences now. So you go back, look at your thesis statement, figure out the outline of your essay, and then write out the topic sentences now so that you have them as you try to refute the counter argument. And so this is the context of your essay. The context of your essay is contained in your thesis statement and then the topics sentences of your body paragraphs. And you will use one of these topics to refute the counter argument. Do not introduce another topic to refute the argument. You want to refer back to your thesis statement and the arguments that you've already, the topics that you've already mentioned. Do not introduce a new topic. Use one of the topics from your body paragraphs, which is also contained in your thesis statement. And so here's an example. So this is giving the counter argument, and then right here it's refuting that counter argument, mentioning that these truths have not been taught by both secular and spiritual sources. And again, go back up here, they talk about spiritual study and secular study. And so they're refuting this counter argument with those 2 topics that they've already mentioned in paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, let me know. The next thing that you need to do is have supporting details. And what's really important is you support your thesis statement. Do not support the counter argument. Instead, you're going to support what you just mentioned when you refuted that counter argument. So you may use a supporting detail that you've already mentioned in another body paragraph, or you can come up with another detail that supports the topic. And so as you notice here, they have used a well integrated quote that's actually used the ICE method to support the idea that this is a spiritual source, supports the dangers of staying in such an unchanging reality. And so they have used a supporting detail to support a spiritual source. So this is actually a well done example of a supporting detail. Again, you can use something that you already have established. You just want to not copy it word for word, or you can come up with a new supporting detail. The last thing is to use a cue phrase for a refutation, and this will really help you. And I suggest you just take the cue phrases that are already given. It's really, unless you are really comfortable writing a refutation to a counter argument, I suggest you just use what we already have in the lesson material. So some cue phrase examples: what this argument fails to consider is, and then you give your refutation. These are just really great examples that will help you as you come up with the refutation for the counter argument. So remember to respect the opposing opinion we talked about in the last video. Do not misrepresent the opposing facts. Have a good tone. Add the detail to the counterpart. Use cue phrases. Aim to keep the counterpart argument in 2 sentences. and refute the counter argument with what we just talked about: context, supporting details, and cue phrases. If you have any questions, please let me know. Email me, or we can chat if you need more assistance on this topic.